had to eat out for breakfast, lunch, and sometimes dinner, because by the time I got home, it was sometimes 7 o'clock in LA traffic, 6:30, and I was exhausted. You know, working on machines, driving all day, all that stuff, and I had to eat. So my health started getting shitty. I started gaining, weight. I work out a lot. I take care of myself, and I wasn't in the shape I was in when I came down, and that bothered me. So I could see where things were going, probably a fucking cardiac arrest and gain 50 pounds in the next year. Who knows, dude? It was bad. So the day I told my manager, the guy who liked me, he was trying to figure out a way to keep me, but he couldn't. This guy was directly involved with my day every day. No matter how many times we told him to leave me alone, he wouldn't. He even had arguments with my boss about me. And he had arguments with me in the parking lot. And I told him he's intolerable. I was straight up to his face. I was like, I just can't work with you. You're intolerable. You're very hard to work with. And you're busting my balls every day. Verbatim, I told him this. And he was never willing to empathize with his brutality. He was a very, very evil dude. He kind of got off on the control factor. So this was a lose-lose. I took the risk. Sometimes you roll the dice and you roll snake eyes, guys. I've moved before. I've moved cross-country before. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I think ultimately I made some very cool casual friends. I enjoyed LA for what it is. It's a beautiful nightmare down there, but I can fit in if I have an opportunity to, and I'd like to, and I may even return. I ultimately might even want to get down there before the fall in Seattle. Right now the weather's great, and of course it'll turn to shit eventually. And there's a lot down there, like Santa Barbara and the mountains in between. The riding is amazing. I enjoyed myself thoroughly. Food is decent. I had an opportunity open up where, I still had my apartment available. My ex watched it for me and kept it for me. So all my furniture, my cat, all my belongings are still there, and it's up to date. And, I kept it as a backup in case things didn't work out. I genuinely tried my hardest, and I didn't want to go back, to be honest with you guys, but I didn't really have a choice because I was running out of money. My savings was low, and I didn't want to try and hustle and just jump from one apartment to another. I never got my own apartment because of the Russian dude. I was staying in an Airbnb the whole time and renting that for 6 months. And it was brutal, like I could never put my roots down because I was quitting the job every week. And I tried. I went to an interview for another company. That didn't go well. They didn't want to pay me much. And I wasn't going to take a pay cut in LA. It's so fucking expensive. So, one day I got a phone call and I got a letter from a lawyer saying, one of the cafes you opened went bankrupt. All the equipment is here for your repossession. All new equipment I put in for them a year ago. And they said, come and get it before we throw it away or sell it. So I had a bunch of phone calls made, and I had a bunch of friends go up and get the equipment. And I'm driving back. I've sold most of it. I'm going to ship it all out, clean it up. And, it's a hefty chunk of change. It's a lot of money. The equipment sold for, the whole package sold for 22 or so thousand, 26,000 when I sold it a year ago. So I was able to resell it for a pretty good amount of money. And all this shit happened the day I quit, The day I quit. I tried like hell to fix it and to make a lateral move. But the reality is, I didn't have a safety net. I had nowhere to go. My time was up at the Airbnb. My time was up at my apartment because my ex moved out to his own place. So, it all lined up this way. It really did. I had a lot of things kind of just fall in my lap for Seattle at the last moment. So I packed all my shit and made the next logical, safest move. I could have stayed down there and tried to got a job at fucking McDonald's or something and tried to find an apartment or something, with no money and see what happened. But at this age, I'm not willing to take that risk when I have a perfectly good home situation waiting for me back up north. And I love my job. I hated that one. So there's some more details on exactly what took place. I hope that clears it up. And it almost seems like this was all meant to happen, and I don't know why. And I'm not much of a fatist. I'm more of a scientifically minded person. But SpacePod and Nerd1 know this from my replies. But I hope it works out, man. I really do. You guys feel free to put some comments down. I'm going to be on the road all fucking night. I'm almost to Portland, like hundreds of miles away. And I won't be home for a while. Anyway, thanks for watching these shitty YouTube car videos. And, you know, bike says hello. It's wiggling around back there. Hasn't fallen off yet. So that's cool. And take it easy, guys. Hope you like the videos. And post your comments in the description below. Hit the like button, whatever. Later.